Hello and welcome to the Daily Forex Report for November 18th. We are looking at the Euro-USD pair first. This pair has created a swing trade opportunity. This gives us an opportunity to place a trade using trend line over the past 3 bars. Let me go ahead and draw that out for you a little bit, show you what we're looking for specifically so that you can take a look at it for yourself. Now, we have basically a higher low than the previous bar and the bar after it, and a higher high than the bar before it and after. It's a swing trade setup. Draw your trend line off of the lows of the previous bars and then look for a breakout to the downside from there. Now, we have some potential areas that we need to keep a look at, or keep a lookout on. Looking to short around the 126.83 mark. First area that we should run into of any kind of support would be about 26 pips to the downside around 126.58. Now, if you want to just take that, those 26 pips, call it a quick little trade, maybe even a scalp, and call it a day, you can absolutely do that. But that is kind of what we're looking for. This pair did gap up just a hair, not enough to necessarily necessitate or give us a gap trade. However, the odds are is that it's going to retrace that gap and then has the potential to move to the downside. So you may even be able to go to break even when you're about 26 pips up, hitting the support area at 126.59, and then pull it down a little bit. As you can see, we had a previous area of support in this area not too long before that. It could get down to the 12500 mark very easily. So this could turn into a quick little 26 pip scalp, or it could turn into a lot more than that if you go to break even and see if it will run to the downside. So that's what I'm looking at from a trade perspective. Let's go ahead and go to the news announcements and see what we have there for this next session. Make sure we're not stepping on any big news announcements that could cause some problems with these trades. Now, it looks like at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, we have the Australian Reserve Bank board minutes being released for November. No real numbers. Numbers have already been released, so most likely it will not affect the market. Then Tuesday we have some news announcements, but that's it for Monday. So as far as major news announcements, we should be clear. Nothing really hitting the market hard at this point that I can see. Now, as far as our ranges going into this next session, what we're looking for, the US-Japanese yen pair, looking for it to move up, hit some resistance around 81.50, possibly moving down, hitting support around 80.75. Now, the Euro-USD pair, this pair closed down on Friday. We are looking for it to fill that gap, as I talked about earlier, potentially going as high as 128.34 to the upside, possibly 126.39 to the downside. Look for some resistance around 12800 and look for some support around 126.75. Now, the pound-US dollar pair, this pair closed up on Friday, really didn't gap, maybe a pip if anything. Has moved a little bit higher, ran into previous resistance, I believe, and I'm looking for it to head down. However, it could go as high as 159.76, possibly as low as 157.90. Look for some resistance around 159.25 and look for some support at 158.15. Now, the US Swiss, this pair closed up on Friday, had a real strong move to the upside before closing a little bit down from its highs, off of its highs, still closing up though. We are looking for it to potentially go as high as 0.9527, possibly down to 0.9380. Look for some resistance around 0.9489 and look for some support around 0.9400. Well, that pretty much wraps us up for today. Make sure to take a look at that Euro-USD trade. I do believe it's going to hit during this next session. Well, that wraps us up. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.